Hello my friends, this is FC7 and today I am going to do a video about 5 solo spots that I would go to as a level 85 heroic necromancer. I recently obtained one in some kind of promotion they had earlier this year. And I thought, what better time to do a video on solo spots, so I thought back to the past and where I went to when I was soloing coming up. So in no particular order, here they are. Of course you have the Dead Hills and the Gribble tasks, so this is the very best experience. You can get this task from Gribbles in the Dead Hills. That's a zone in the Call of the Forsaken expansion. He offers 3 tasks. I found that Into the Hills was offered right off the bat, but there are also 2 more that you could solo. Difficulty is a little bit high on that one, so you may want to know how to aggro and root rot. I believe you have to defeat Into the Hills before you unlock the other 2 tasks that he offers. Now on to City of Bronze in the Veil of Alaris expansion. At level 85 I found that these conned all red to me. So it's a very nice open space, one of the very last good spots to aggro in the game. I found the disadvantage of solo in this zone is just the amount of hit points the mobs have. It will take you a while to kill each one and it might drain your mana bar at first. But the positives outweigh the negatives in my opinion. Some positives are you can just stay here for about 20 levels. You don't have to move. You can work on getting a lot of alternate advancement points from here. And the mobs don't seem to social assist. Not to mention, they're not KOS, so you should be safe just running through the zone and not having to worry about being attacked. So if I was not working on Gribble's tasks, I would be here in the City of Bronze for sure. Okay, so now it's on to the Valley of Lunanayan. This is from the Veil of Alaris expansion, just like the City of Bronze. When you zone in, there's this area here, and it's very wide open with a lot of red cons and some yellow cons. So you could solo farmers. If you get too deep into the zone, there is the density of the mobs increased, so you don't want to go too far in. But as you can see, there's a yellow con over here. And one other thing I should mention is, as soon as you create your heroic, don't follow the path that is set out for you unless you really want to. To be a good soloer, just don't follow the path that Daybreak or Darkpaw just sets out. I know there's some hot zone nonsense and stuff like that, but I would just go straight to doing these zones and just ignore a lot of the stuff that they set out for you. So as soon as you create your hero character, be sure to click on every single item that you have, because there are some clicky effects that they give you. And I would say the very first thing to buy is to go to your AA window and buy Persistent Paralysis, because you'll need that if you're going to be root rotting. And then work on Encroaching Darkness. So here we are in Toskarak. This is from the Seeds of Destruction expansion. And I will show you my favorite spot. So we'll just go from the entrance. So looking over the expansions here in front of me, level 85 there was Seeds of Destruction, and Underfoot had the cap. And then House of Thule was level 90, and then Veil of Alaris 95. I'm skipping any solo spots in Underfoot and House of Thule because I couldn't find any good spots in either of those 2 expansions. I tried Underfoot, but the zones are too packly dense. And House of Thule, there's really no good solo spots until you reach the upper floors, but if you are a heroic character, you don't want to work on that, because you probably won't get access to the upper floors solo right away. So my priority would be going to different zones that I could solo. Doesn't matter the expansion really. But I remember when Seeds of Destruction came out, this was my very favorite spot to solo. And I'll come right up here, and the bridge area is where I spent a lot of time. And this was, okay, so Seeds of Destruction was released in 2008, so I spent a lot of 2008 and EverQuest just soloing this spot by the bridge. There's around 5 mobs right at the front here. So you just either aggro-kite them, or you can root rot them. And like I said, buy persistent paralysis right away as soon as you get the AA points for it. Because then you don't have to aggro-kite, you can also root rot. So there's also one roamer that roams over in this area, but he moves so slow that you can see him coming. He comes right down that pathway there by the cave. So we'll just solo this guy first, and be careful because he's also a placeholder for a named that you really probably wouldn't be able to solo at this level. So he's gone, and now this guy. And as you can see, if you... Okay, I got an AUG. If you decide to solo this zone at 85, there's also some hot zone augmentations that drop like that one. So you can just have a really nice AUG right away. The kills are fast. The only negatives I can see about this are you will out-level it pretty quick, unfortunately. So you might be able to do this up until 90 or 95 before the mobs start giving really not very good experience. But as you can see, there's like 5 that you can solo at the entrance there to the bridge, and then this one and a couple others on the way. So if you get tired of soloing Gribbles or going to the City of Bronze, this was a nice spot. So there's a few more here at the end of the bridge. This is a nice relaxing spot. There's not too many tricks that they pull. And as you can see there, this one requires a little bit of splitting, so you need to know how to split some mobs, which just requires casting Darkness, feigning death, and just having one mob come to you and the other path back with no aggro. So now it's on to the last zone that I would recommend, and that is Old Common Lands in the Seeds of Destruction expansion. And the reason I'm choosing this is just because it's the ultimate solo spot for people who just want to be alone but yet still be in an MMO. I remember just coming to this zone and nobody would ever come in it because it's so obscure and out of the way. And I would be just working on some other project while just soloing mobs once in a while, reading general chat. It won't give you as much experience as the other areas that I'm offering, but it's nice, easy, and it just gives a sense of just being by yourself and working from your own strengths as a necro. So I'm going to share the spot where I used to come to solo at this level. This was way back in 2008, but I remember it like it was yesterday. So it's the area almost directly next to Freeport, that desert. The entrance to Freeport, I should say. So we'll just come back here. There are also some mobs that con as if it was a regular common lands, which I find is kind of cool. So it's a mix of high level and really low level mobs. Completely out of the way, completely away from everybody, but this is the spot where I go to, and it's a small camp with light blue con mobs. And really you can almost just pull them one at a time and just root rot them like I'm doing here. So my advice would be, if you were starting a level 85 heroic necro and you wanted to solo, as soon as you could, just get the persistent paralysis AA and then work on encroach in darkness, both of those. And then when you have at least the first level of them, go and get the Gribble's task if you're skilled enough as a necromancer, and then go to City of Bronze. I just got to get rid of the stuff here because it's in the way. I recommend turning off all those particles and extra effects if you're going to be here. So that should just about do it. Those are the 5 spots I would go to. If you can offer some more suggestions in the comments, maybe it could help other people who are starting this. I'm just speaking from experience because I have leveled up 2 necros from scratch, so maybe some more suggestions would help out newer people coming into the game like this. So that should just about do it. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day.